Say every neighborhood has that one house, the kind nobody goes near after sunset, the kind of place kids dare each other to walk past. This story isn't about the house itself. It's about what someone saw inside. It started with a teenager walking home late one evening. The sun had just dropped, and the street was darker than usual. They slowed their steps as they came up on the abandoned house at the corner. Everyone knew it. Boarded windows, peeling paint, a place where time itself seemed to rot. But that night, something moved. Behind one of the windows, in the gap between the broken slats of wood, a shadow walked past. At first, the teen thought it was a trick of the light, but then came the sound. A door, slowly unlocking from the inside. They froze, breath caught in their throat. Every horror story they'd ever heard about that place came rushing back. Whispers about a family that vanished inside without a trace. Neighbors who swore they saw figures standing in the yard at midnight. A mailman who quit after hearing laughter from the empty hallways. The teen's phone buzzed in their pocket, and the sound was deafening in the silence. When they looked up again, the front door was open, and in the doorway, something waited. Not quite a person, not quite a shadow. It swayed slowly, like it was deciding whether to step forward. The teenager tried to run, but the air felt heavy, like the ground itself wanted to hold them there. Behind them, the door creaked wider, and then came the sound. Soft, dragging footsteps. They finally broke free and bolted down the street, too scared to look back. But everyone swears they were never seen again. Weeks later, a neighbor swore he saw a pale face staring out that same window. A face that looked an awful lot like the missing teens. And here's the part that makes it worse. The old police reports, the ones filed decades ago, say the last teenager who vanished in that same house was seen staring out of the very same window. Some say, if you walk past the house tonight, you might catch a glimpse too. But if you do, don't stop walking. Because the moment you look twice is the moment it notices you. The car ride. It was just a late-night Uber ride. Nothing unusual. I'd taken dozens before. The streets were empty, the kind of quiet that makes the world feel abandoned. The driver didn't say a word. No music, no radio, not even a sound of him clearing his throat. Just a steady hum of the tires against the asphalt. I kept watching the glowing GPS on his dashboard, that little blue line crawling forward, reassuring me that, yes, we were heading in the right direction, but something felt off. Too much silence. I glanced at the back of his head. Dark cap. Still shoulders. Not even a twitch. 5 minutes passed, then 10, then 15. Not a word. And I started to wonder, does he even know where I'm going? Should I say something? Should I ask? I thought about breaking the silence. Just a quick, hey, how was your night? But something in me wouldn't let the words out. Like, if I spoke, I'd wake something up. Something I didn't want to wake. We passed under a streetlight. For a second, his face flashed in the rearview mirror. Expressionless, eyes locked, focused, unblinking. I looked away, pretending I didn't notice. Then, halfway through the ride, he finally spoke. His voice was low, raspy, almost like a whisper. Why are you going back to the house you died in? My heart stopped. I didn't answer. I couldn't. My mind scrambled for an explanation. A joke. Some sick prank. But when I looked at the GPS, it wasn't pointed to my house anymore. It was leading to an address I didn't recognize. An old road, just outside town. And the worst part, I hadn't told him my address. Not once. So I sat there, frozen, the car moving deeper into the night. And I realized I wasn't headed home. I was being taken back to the place where I never should have left.
Phone pings at 12:03 a.m. Recording in process. Live view opens. A figure drifts along the sidewalk with a Wong kind of walk. Knees late, shoulders early. They weren't coming here until the bell speaks. They stop like a string snapped. Pivot, face my door, and start up the path. Closer, closer. The hood shallows any hint of a face. They lean into the lens, and I feel them looking straight through it. I hit replay. Same steps. Same tilt of the head. Same breath fogging the edge. Then the clip ends on an empty porch. No retreat. No figure leaving. Just gone. Another ping. Motion detected. I rewind 20 seconds. Nothing enters the frame. Play it again. The doorbell cheerfully says, "Recording in process to still air." A third alert stacks on top. Same timestamp. Same nothing. Safe cul-de-sac. Short lawns. Nowhere to hide. I put the phone down and walk to the door. Peephole shows a clean street. Sodium light. No one. I unlatch. Open. Night stands there, uncomplicated. Mat, bowl, steps, empty. If someone was here, they'd still be here. There's nowhere else to be. Back inside, new clip saved at 12:03 a.m. It showed me on the threshold. It shows the door opening by itself, air bending the mat. No me. Frame by frame, a single flare in the doorbell LED, a round pressure in the glass like a fingertip from the wrong side. Then nothing. I sit on the stairs and just watch the door. The house thin as paper when you listen too hard. One more ping lens, softer than a knock. New angle available. I don't have another angle, but the clip is already there. No preview. I tap. My hallway appears. Doorknob bright as an eye. The lens too low. It's held at a child's height. The doorbell sound warm against the wood. Recording in process. The knob turns a fraction. Stops. Wait. Behind me, in the real hallway, the same metal whispers under my hand, and the phone pings again at 12:03 a.m., even though the stove clock still says 12:01.